Hi, this is Beverly from scrapandthread.blogspot.com. Thanks for joining me today. I wanted to show you some of the garlands that I made out of paper edger punches for different trees, for different Christmas cards that I've been making. And you can get some really cool effects with different punches. I am going to make another video showing exactly how to go about doing that, but this one is to show you some of the different punches and how they turned out, so that if you have some of these you can start working on your own if you would like to. This is the spider web punch from Martha Stewart, and to me it looks sort of like tree branches. So I punched out my strips and then I embossed them with white embossing powder, and they sort of have a three-dimensional effect with, they sort of stick out if you don't adhere them all the way down onto your paper. And so with this particular punch you get kind of a cool effect. It's not just for Halloween. And on this next one, it's the heart chain punch, also from Martha Stewart, and it looks like this. I punched out different colors of cardstock. One was colonial white, and then I stamped it with a text stamp so that it would give a little bit more dimension, and adhered it down. And then on the red, on one of the strips, I punched Merry Christmas, or excuse me, I stamped Merry Christmas so that my sentiment would be right there on the front of the card, and also give a little more dimension to the card. This is on craft cardstock. This one is the doily lace edge punch, once again a Martha Stewart punch. And it's more of a three-dimensional look because I folded the strip down and back and adhered it so that it would stick up a little bit more. And this is a very clean and simple card, very fast to make, and lots of fun. This next one is from the Loops punch, and this is just the single Loops punch, and it made the loops look like this, and once again you have a three-dimensional effect because of the way that it's adhered. And on this one I used designer paper. It's close to my heart, calls it B&T, or background and texture paper, and that gives a little bit more dimension to it as well. It doesn't show up as well in the video, but it does add another little kind of layer of depth. I used that same punch along with another one for this card. This other tree was made from the Parisian EK Success punch. Looks like this. And on that one, after I had punched it out, I ran the strips through my paper crimper to give it a corrugated effect, which I thought looked really nice on top of the burlap. And the other one I also stamped after, that was the Loops one on this side, I had stamped it after I had punched it out, and it says Merry and Bright. So that gives kind of a nice effect for that. These can all be mailed because they do lay flat in the envelope, but then when the person would receive them, they will see that it's more of a three-dimensional effect. So here's another Martha Stewart punch. This is the double loops punch, and these were all most of them were 1-inch strips. On this one I used the cardstock, the colonial white cardstock, and stamped it, or excuse me, I inked it, and then I also used some B&T paper, and then in between, as kind of an extra effect, I used tissue tape, the Tim Holtz tissue tape. And I used the Tim Holtz tissue tape on a few of them. It's really a decorative element. It's not used to adhere the strips down. This other one is getting ready either to go on a card or maybe and a scrapbook page. I haven't quite decided. I like the vintagey feel and look of it. This one is the scalloped 3-dot punch, once again Martha Stewart, and I also put some baker's twine on there to kind of dress it up a little bit, but I do like the vintagey feel of this particular one. And then the last one that I have to show you is an EK Success called Moroccan. It's one of my favorite punches. It has such a beautiful detail to the punch, and I really wanted this to have that kind of POW three-dimensional look So I've adhered it so that it'll stick up a little bit more out in the front. And I think that this one has kind of a nice effect with the tissue tape in between as well. And you can decorate them any way you want to. You don't need to make just trees. You could use this, I would think, with hearts and Easter eggs. There's lots of different kinds of things you can do with the paper strips. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a kind of a quick idea of what I've been doing, and hopefully you can use some of this to help you create your own creations. I do appreciate you spending some time with me today. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Take care.